welcome to this episode of OC Now. Here's what's trending in Orange County. We're your hosts, Daniela Sanchez.
And I'm Heather Wishlow. Southern California's recent onslaught of storms pelted the area, leaving a costly path of destruction that continues to be cleaned up by businesses, cities, and homeowners. Meteorologists called the storms the worst the region has experienced in years. 5 people died in the LA, San Diego, and San Bernardino areas. And a 14-year-old girl is now out of a medically induced coma after being crushed by a 50-foot tree while walking a dog. Across Southern California, residents experienced fallen trees that crashed down on homes and cars, power outages, and even the sinkholes in the road. According to Caltrans officials, the storms have caused damage to over 350 California roads, and it will cost up to $600 million to repair. Now, with all that rain, according to the latest U.S. Drought Monitor report, less than 20% of California faces any drought conditions. And speaking of all that rain and the damage it's left behind, Ortega Highway is now reopened after a 3-week closure due to the rain. The 2-lane road is between South Orange County, San Diego, and Riverside counties. With more than 35,000 cars using this every day, commuters are definitely happy to see it again.
I actually moved out to Lake Elsinore in 2012 and January, and every day I drive the Ortega Highway. Unfortunately, my regular round trip is approximately 80 miles. It added 30 miles each way to go southbound on the 5.
Ortega Highway, also known as State Route 74, was shut down January 25th. Causing lengthy detours for traveling the 32-mile stretch between San Juan Capistrano and Lake Elsinore areas. Lanes are open in both directions, with construction workers flagging down traffic to 1 lane during weekdays between 8 and 4. Information on the closure, you can go to Department of Transportation's website at dot.ca.gov. More than 700 million people in underdeveloped countries face poverty that most Americans will never know. I recently met up with a local nonprofit organization who is changing that. 20% of the world's population lives on less than $2 a day. Compassion International has been helping the children living in these developing countries for almost 65 years.
Compassion International, which is a nonprofit child sponsorship organization. We do sponsorship out of 25 countries around the world.
This Christian nonprofit partners with churches to provide health care, food, shelter, and education to children in need. Their immersive exhibit called The Compassion Experience travels across the country and gives visitors a chance to go through an interactive tour while listening to a personal story narrated by a sponsored child. Through the use of an iPod, a headset, and over 2,000 square feet of interactive space, visitors will see the children's homes, walk through their schools and markets, and hear life-changing stories of hope, all from the perspective of a child whose life began in poverty. This organization began in 1952 when American preacher Reverend Everett Swanson started an outreach effort to help 35 children who had been orphaned by the Korean conflict. Today, Compassion helps almost 2 million children. Compassion is ranked among the top 1% of U.S. charities by Charity Navigator, America's largest independent charity evaluator.
Over 80% of the money they collect, that they spend, goes to the child.
There are children of all ages waiting for a sponsorship, and the relationship that develops between the sponsor and child is important to their future.
You can pick a young child or the older children. A lot of the older children, especially the older boys, don't get selected, but they need the guidance and the help as much.
It gives these kids hope in places where they don't have it.
Understanding the effects of global poverty can be an eye-opening experience for all ages.
A lot of families are coming, and that's what we love to see most, because a lot of kids will come in, and it plants that seed in their mind, what it's like outside of the world that we know.
For upcoming dates, please visit compassion.com to learn more. Reporting for OC News Team, I'm Heather Wishlow.
You can see this traveling exhibit now through April 3rd at locations throughout Southern California. Go to compassion.com to find out more. Longtime Saddleback College faculty member Bill Weisgerber died February 7th. Professor Weisgerber was a member of Saddleback's faculty for over 35 years, starting in 1973 and going to 2009. He was first hired as Director of Media Services. eventually leaving that position to teach in Saddleback's Business Science Division. College President Todd Burnett says Bill was a beloved member of the Business of Science Division faculty. He was instrumental in the development of several campus initiatives, including the college radio station, telecommunication system, and library services. Professor Weisgerber will be missed by Saddleback College family and former students. The fashion department recently held open calls in search of models for Saddleback's annual 2017 fashion show set for April 27th. Any student can become a model for this event as long as they meet the requirements of being at least 5 feet 6 inches tall and are available for dress calls. I had a chance to stop by and talk with one of the event's directors.
We're looking for models in the 4 different categories that we're going to have for the show, and the more models, the better.
This April 27th event will give Saddleback College student designers the chance to show off their skills and many talents. Watch for pre-sale tickets of $15 to go on sale soon at Saddleback College's Fine Arts box office. This next story brings us to a special young man who is making a difference, one bottle at a time. He may be little, but he has big dreams and a big heart. OC News team Taya Bueller-Reagan has his story.
So ripping into our first bag, and mostly we have plastic in it.
Ryan Hickman is a 7-year-old entrepreneur from San Juan Capistrano and turning trash into cash. Over the past 5 years, Ryan has gathered a pretty large amount of money, as well as some celebrity recognition, landing him a hefty bonus.
$10,000 plus another $10,000 from Balance Show.
Oh.
So $20,000.
That's a lot of dollars. What do you want to do with that money?
Buy a garbage truck.
Ryan isn't hindered by the $75,000 needed for his garbage truck. He just keeps on rolling.
This is rabbit speed.
His parents have been along for the ride since he was 3.5 and continue to support him every step of the way.
He was small enough that I could hold him and he would just feed him into the machine. So it was just kind of more of like, okay, let's go do this and it might be fun. And he thought it was fun and he loves to sort. But once he gets his mind made up to do something, he's on it. And we weren't sure on this whole recycling thing if this was going to last a couple weeks or whatnot. And now it's 4 years later and he's still excited about it. It just kind of took off from there. More of just something fun to do. And then the more he kind of found out like, okay, wow, this is great for the environment. Last I checked, there's been stories on him so far in 24 countries.
No entrepreneur can do it alone, and Ryan is no exception. In addition to his supportive parents, his teachers have been a large part of his inspirational story.
And then now he's like an honorary person, so he gets to ride in our custodian's golf cart with him. That's kind of Ryan.
I want to be a garbage man. We recycled 200,000 bottles.
What's your favorite part about recycling?
Saving the planet and keeping bottles and cans out of the ocean.
Ryan has had a huge impact on his community, as well as the people who surround him.
For 27 years of teaching, and I've never had somebody this driven for a passion of something. And that's why I think he's really unique.
To learn more about Ryan's recycling mission, visit his website.
Ryan'sRecycling.com.
Saddleback Community College hopped on board with the One Book, One College campaign. The 2017 book choice is The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. This campaign is a campus-wide common reading program where students and faculty come together and discuss the book and its message. The events are happening now and will end May 3rd. Upcoming discussion events include Science and Henrietta Lacks, taking place on March 14th, 15th, 28th, and 29th. Ethics in Henrietta Lacks is scheduled 4 days in April, starting on April 11th. Discussions will end May 3rd with a dialogue with the Lacks family and an author book signing event. To see all the discussion dates and schedule, visit saddleback.edu. Come join the discussion. Yoga has become one of the most popular forms of exercise in the U.S., with millions of people doing it every day. Come learn how to become a certified teacher right here at Saddleback College.
Saddleback College Yoga Teacher Training Program is designed to deepen a student's understanding of yoga by investigating yoga postures, learning to use alignment cueing, and effective teaching methods. Deidre Kavazi, chair of the dance department from the Kinesiology and Athletics department, began the yoga program on campus in 2014.
I'm the chair of the dance department in the kinesiology and athletics division, and I also teach within the yoga teacher training program that we have. About 3 years ago, we started a 200-hour yoga teacher training program. There are three-unit academic courses: philosophy of yoga, anatomy and fundamentals of yoga, and yoga teacher or teaching of yoga. And then they also have to take 2 what we call studio yoga classes.
My name's Lindsay Steinready, and I started teaching here about 7 years ago. Teach surfing, fitness classes, some health-related classes, but primarily this yoga certification courses since we started the program.
Students prepare for Yoga Alliance certification by exploring the philosophy and history of yoga.
Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale.
Students will train in employment for public and private teaching settings.
I would say the main benefit of being certified, especially with Yoga Alliance, is that that's usually what people want. The majority of job opportunities for yoga instructors require you to have a yoga certification. And like I said, Yoga Alliance being one of the highest standards and most well-known, you definitely are going to stand out if you have that certification.
Saddleback provides a cost-effective alternative to independent yoga studios.
Privately, a lot of studios charge exorbitant funds to offer teacher training, and we really wanted to offer a program that was academic in nature, that met all of the qualifications for Yoga Alliance, which is the nationally recognized governing body for yoga certification, and we wanted to make yoga accessible for the community. When Lindsay and I designed this, we really wanted to make it affordable for students. So for really under $600, you can do the entire training, including your books. And that is unprecedented in comparison to studios in the area.
If you're interested in classes, yoga is offered at a variety of times and days during the week.
Searching for some new restaurants to satisfy your hunger? Well, you're in luck. Celebrate Orange County's Restaurant Week, going on now until March 11th. More than 130 participating restaurants created unique menus to display their talents in specialized cuisine. Lunches range from $10 to $20, with dinners from $20 to $50. The chefs are on standby to meet their food-loving patrons at OC. Some of the participating restaurants include Tortilla Republic, Melting Pot, Sushi Roku, Red O, Medieval Times, Irvine Improv, and Eureka. Check out ocrestaurantweek.com for a complete list. Go and enjoy a romantic dinner or a fun night with friends and family. Does the cost of college tuition got you down? We want to tell you Saddleback College has over 50 scholarship opportunities for current students. Scholarships are available for transfer students and our continuing Saddleback students. These awards are made possible by donors partnering with Saddleback to make college tuition more affordable. Last date to submit final applications for Saddleback College scholarships is March 13th. Visit saddleback.edu scholarship information page today and apply. You can also go to fastweb.com and check out other year-round scholarships. That's it for today's show. Don't forget to check us out on our website, ocnewsteam.com.
And our Facebook page at OC News Team at Saddleback. From all of us here at OC Now, thank you for watching our show.